Welcome in to Real Talk Today. I'm Michael Liptak here with Cindy McIntyre. In last Friday's edition of the Pueblo Chieftain, the numbers for the graduation rates in Pueblo were released, and it showed that the graduation rate for District 60 rose 1.8%, and for District 70 it raised 0.5%, leaving District 60 at 71.9% and 83.3% for District 70. So I'm going to ask Cindy what she thinks when she initially saw these type of numbers. What do you think is kind of the biggest problem for District 60 right now for high school graduation rates?
I think it's interest, and I think they need to find some way to bring those kids in and to make them focus and find something interesting. And maybe it's the tactics that they're using within their classrooms. Maybe they need to have a little bit more fun, or be a little bit more hands-on. Because I remember when I was in high school, there were times that I was really bored, but there were times that the teachers had interactive things to do, to where it was getting an opinion and both takes on a certain subject if you're in history, or you discussed something in English that was really interesting, or in science when you had a little bit more fun with dissecting things, or with the Bunsen burners. So I think in order for these numbers to rise, they need to find something, maybe doing a survey, and find what the students want and find what will work for the students to learn something and to want to be there and want to graduate and want to make something of themselves.
And these numbers are based on 4 years of students completing in 4 years, so this isn't totally what the graduation rate in total is. But it's really alarming when you see, when I see my high school that I went to, East High, is only at 70%.
Yeah.
And that's extremely alarming. I think one thing that we really need to start doing at an earlier age, especially in these inner city schools, is really push into the brains how important graduating high school is and getting your education. We're seeing it right now with President Barack Obama. He's looking to try to make community college free, and that's because we're seeing that more jobs require higher education.
Right.
And a lot of people sometimes complain about the minimum wage being too low, that they need to make $15 an hour. But if you can graduate high school, hopefully go to college, at least graduate high school though, you need to educate yourself so you can better yourself. And I think for the city in general, it kind of shows what it's like in the inner cities. You look at Pueblo West, for example, they had one of the highest ratings, and you can see Pueblo West, it's a little bit higher with the salaries and things like that out there, so people are better off. And I think we need to work on that for the inner cities.
Right. Well, and another thing, take everything aside that we think of as far as getting them interested and pushing what's important. What's going on in the homes? How are the parents interacting with the students, and what are the parents doing to get involved in their students' lives? Because I think that's one thing that we're missing, and that's one thing that people think that we don't have a say in. But do something within programs within the school to bring the teachers in. Because I know I had some of those programs and I don't remember the titles of them, but there are ways to get the teachers interacted with the students in and outside of school. Colleges do it, high schools do it, clubs, they can do something, and I think that's the biggest thing, because we have all the right things going on as far as getting some interest and stuff, but I think we need to work on the parent-child relationship, because that's one of the biggest influences in these children's lives are the parents. They're not always going to be the teachers or the band teachers or the club sponsors. It's going to be the parents that help them decide where their future is going to go.
And if you would like to join the conversation, follow us on our Facebook page or leave comments at the bottom. Let us know how you think Pueblo graduation rates can improve.